Okay, so I tell you guys, I could make video after video on all the idiots on YouTube. This one guy took offense because I'm always telling people that if you plan to, like, if there's a shit hit the fan scenario and you're planning to hunt deer and boar, well, you're SOL. That's a very bad plan. It's not gonna work. And he said that I was spewing liberal DNC tree hugger bullshit. And I'm like, look, man, do I sound like a liberal DNC tree hugger? Do they talk about hedging with precious metals, Austrian economics? Do they talk about the Constitution, firearm rights? Right? Probably not. And if they do, they're making fun of that shit. Right? You're going to hear more people, preppers. I mean, do they tend to be more on the left or the right? So I ask him that, and he just simply goes back to it that it's crap. I'm making up crap. I'm like, no, I'm not. If you read up, and I'm not the only one to make this point. I've actually looked into it. This is a while back that I've thought of it, but I've came to the same conclusion many people have, and that's that that stuff that you hunt down is going to be more and more scarce as time goes on. You read prepper forums, read about these guys. They talk about their great uncles and grandpas and stuff, talking about going out and hunting animals, and they become less and less common. And you just read the deer population during the time started to decline. I remember this documentary I saw on TV with this old guy talking about that, how they go out and hunt, and they have to be very careful, one shot, one kill, because ammo is pretty expensive. So they couldn't afford to miss, frankly. So anyway, I mean, that's where I'm getting my info from. And this guy, well, he just doesn't want it to happen. He's like, no, that's his plan. You could just tell he was set forth in it, just dead set in that. And that's his plan. He don't want to rethink it. That's just what he plans to do, and it's going to work for him because he wants it to work. It's easier that way. Right. So I'm like, look, man, if you're accusing me of being a liberal DNC tree hugger, then you must know the tragedy of the commons. And that's just, just everything left out there, public lands, and no one cares. Even the Indians broke up in areas into different hunting grounds, right? So you wouldn't, like a lake. If there's a lake and people are living around the lake and they go and fish, well, everybody's going to try to fish as much as they can because whatever they don't take, the next guy's going to take. So that's basically what happens. So anyway, I'm saying that people are going to go out there and hunt deer like crazy, load up their freezer, regardless of whether they're going to keep power or not. They're going to do that, and then the deer are gone, and they're not going to care. Well, hey, wait a minute, maybe I had to wait till after these guys have bred. No, hell no. They're just going to go, the doe and buck, it doesn't matter how old they are, just take them both down. Cut them up, put them in the freezer. I would love to sit there and explain to this guy, look, man, it's not like on Star Trek or some replicator where you just, create fucking things out of thin air. Look, man, the way it happens when sometimes when two deer fall in love, blah, 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 and then it takes time, and then, you have a baby deer, it has to grow up. But that was too complicated. He doesn't think about that kind of shit. And he was saying that doesn't happen. It only happens in nature sometimes. Like, well, what about the blue tuna, the white rhino, the tigers for their skin, sea turtles for the leather, and elephants for their tusks? How do you explain that shit? I mean, we know that what's happening there. I mean, people kill them, make money off them, kill them faster than they breed. Well, they're on the decline. He said there's no such thing as endangered. Either it's extinct or it's not. Well, I'm like, look, if that's the case, well, there's a lot on one side and then there's none. There's got to be middle ground, right? And closer to being none, well, that's endangered. Now, I'm not saying they go down to that endangered level, but you animals will be on the decline. We can do it. We've done it with other animals. And like I say, if it's just liberal bullshit, well then how do you explain like whales being hunted for the ambergris, right? For lantern fuel and shit like that back in the day. I mean, hey, they were really hunting those things down. They depleted the population, and that was before DNC conventions, man. And the same thing with buffalo. Hunters come in, kill them for their skins, leave them there, wipe them out, just kill a whole shitload of them. I mean, that was the Indians' food supply, man. That really, that really affected them. And this, again, before any, liberal DNC tree hugger bullshit. Right? Unless I had a fucking time machine and went back and started that propaganda back then. I really doubt it. It's not going to work. That's a stupid idea. And then he's saying that, well, look, dumbass, there's 50 lakes within, within so many miles. It's like, look, man, if things would get that bad, where in the hell are you going to get gasoline to go, drive over here, drive over there and get fish and this and that? And how are you the only guy that knows how to fish or hunt deer or boar? What the hell? Are you going to breed the damn things? Hell no. That's wishful thinking at its worst. I don't want anything bad to happen. I really don't. That'd be some very hard times, man. But some people, they want that shit. And they have this idea that, hey, just because, I see deer now, they're always going to be there. Hell no. Right? Over 300 million people in the U.S. Who knows how many, legally, who knows, right? And then deer, well, estimate what? I've seen 10 to 30, so let's just say 30. Well, then there's at least 10 times more people. And you think that good old boy is going to go hunt one deer for his family? Fuck no. He's going to go and hunt a shitload, stock up his freezer, power probably go out, and then it go bad. Then he go out and hunt some more down. I don't think he's going to actually smoke it and make jerky, and I doubt it. Few people would even think like that. Just stock up the freezer. It doesn't matter. But it's just, come on, man. The mentality that because you may have a certain situation that's the only way to go, and that everybody else has that same situation. No. And if that's your plan, it doesn't matter where the hell you are. I mean, if you're out in Alaska and there's few people, yeah, maybe you'll be okay. But, you live in the lower 48, man, that plan ain't going to work. Because anybody that's hungry is going to go out there and try. He's like, well, what was it? He was saying that if there's fewer deer, they'll be harder to find. Well, it's an animal, a dumb animal, right? It's not going to go and, dig a fucking tunnel or something and go hide. No, it's going to be out walking around, and some shitload of people are going to be out there looking for him. Kill it, right? It's not going to have camouflage and hide in trees and shit, right? It's going to be harder to find. My ass. Tracks, right? They leave shit on the ground in tracks, right? You can find it's an animal. And that's what he's counting on, that, well, nobody will find him but him. Come on, man. You're not the only one that go and fucking hunt down animals, right? Just, it's on. Okay, wait a minute. What a brilliant guy. There's some feces there. Let me see. Put my hand over it and feel if you feel any heat off it. Okay, well, it's just here. Oh, he's the only one that can figure that shit out. Or look in the direction the tracks are going. Or say, hey, these are fresh tracks. He had this wonderful ability. He's the only one out there that can do that. And, nobody else can do that shit. Just the stupidity of it, man. And then accusing me of being, it was a lot of hatred there. Me, I don't agree with a lot of liberal philosophies. I mean, I think their heart's in the right place. I just don't think they, I don't agree with them. I think that it's just not well thought out. But I give them that their heart's probably in the right place. I mean, for the most part. Some of these dickheads that spew that shit, they know damn well. But hey, they got money, they got power, they got people following them. Those guys are the bad ones. The people that follow them, their heart's in the right place. But him, just so damn arrogant and hateful, man. It's like, come on, dude. Anyway, it just blows my mind. Again, if that's your plan, it's not going to work. All right? Read up on some history. See what happened in the past. History repeats itself. Look what happened before, and then try to use that to kind of figure out what to expect. No one knows exactly what's going to happen, but I'll tell you, that plan is not going to work. And if it bursts your bubble, hey, that's too bad. History. Anyway, that's it for me, guys. It just blows my mind how stupid some of these guys are, man. Closed-minded. This is my situation, so that's the way it is. That's everybody's situation. Just idiots.